Good morning. Thank you to our musicians for starting us off with some beautiful music. My name is Bradley Vinson. My pronouns are she, her, and along with Christy, we will be sharing the flower communion with you today. We are looking forward to it. If you would, please be sure to silence your devices. Double check mine. Okay, all right. Welcome to all of you, whether you've been here 100 times or 50 times or no times. We welcome all of you, and those of you who are watching online, you are welcome as well. If you're here in person, we invite you to join us after the service for treats in the conference room. Now, we are a lay-led congregation, so every service that you come to will likely be different. And if this service is not exactly to your taste, perhaps come back, try us again another week, because it'll be totally different. I welcome you, if you brought flowers, to go ahead and bring them up to the front so that we can get them all on display. They're gorgeous. Now, we do have a pamphlet in the back. You're welcome to get more information there, and a guest information card, and we have our church website, which is not up there, uupensacola.org, but it is now. Okay, perfect. And I have a few announcements, but before that, Chris Brockway, our board president, would like to make an announcement first.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. So I felt it was necessary as the board president to stand up here and address some issues that have been going on with the church recently, starting with Honor's resignation, effective immediately, from CRE coordinator and office admin. They did send out a mass email, but I know some people do not get the emails and see the emails. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of this. The board is aware, and we have been looking for a replacement, and will continue looking for a replacement. In the interim, we will have childcare. Because of his resignation, we are not sure if the light for April will be coming out or not. So I wanted to make everyone aware that we may not have the light this month. I'd also like to address some concerns we have with the leadership teams and having leaders in that role. We now have leaders in all of our leadership team roles who are taking control of some of the current issues at the church, including building and grounds. After Wayne resigned, Nancy did take over, and she is dealing with the roofing issues. We have got our quotes in, and we are getting the roof looked at, and it will be fixed. If anybody has any questions or comments or concerns that they want to talk about, please feel free to come and to talk to me or one of the other members of the board. We have no problem being open and honest with you about everything that's going on. Thank you.
All right, I have a few other announcements to share with you as well. First, I would like to be sure that you are aware that we do have some second hour programs coming up. On April 12th, our presenter Tom Botsford will be presenting Miracles and Wonders. The brief description: how much do we really know about Jesus? Not much, according to the best-selling scholar Elaine Pagels. Her new book, Miracles and Wonders, nonetheless treats Christianity seriously on a deeper level than fundamentalists and literal-minded atheists do. It's a surprising and fascinating book. And then following that, on April 19th, we'll have another program, Stirring Our Moral Imagination, presented by Dr. Lauren Anzaldo, a UUCP member. And on April 26th, we will have Living in Turbulent Times. Our presenter for that will be Reverend Teresa Everett. I would also like to announce that UUCP, in sponsorship with the American Humanist Association, is running a gender-affirming donation drive, and we need your donations. Please check the announcement board for full details or speak to Heather Cobb. And speaking of our bulletin boards, we are doing a bulletin board refresh. We are giving the church bulletin boards a much-needed makeover over the next few months. The current items will be put in a box in the library for the next few weeks. Please grab anything you would like to keep before it's gone. And if you would like to help with the updates or you have any questions, see Mary Beth Ramsey. And next, also Mary Beth, thank you so much. Fun and Fellowship would like to introduce to you Second Helpin', a very casual, open invite lunch gathering every Sunday after service. Anyone who wants to socialize, meet new people, or just avoid eating alone is welcome to join. We will, if you are interested in joining, you'll head to the back of the sanctuary directly after the service, and we'll gather as a group and decide on a place nearby to eat. We'll discuss and pick the spot within the general area. If the group can't land on a decision, Vallarta will be our default choice since it's close by and can easily accommodate larger groups. Plan to meet at the chosen restaurant at noon, and if you have any further questions, please see Mary Beth for details. I got a stack here, y'all. All right, UUCP is joining with more than a dozen other congregations in our area to work for justice in the realm of mental health. Just Pensacola has another event coming up, and that is the Nehemiah Action, where we will ask decision makers to take tangible action to support mental health access. And it's Tuesday, April 28th at 6 p.m. at First Baptist on Warrington campus. And you can see Paula, Barbara, Lauren, or Penny Featherstone for any further details. We've got a couple of them here, I think. Next, UU The Vote is kicking off their 2026 campaign with the theme, Ignite Solidarity, Reimagine Democracy. UU The Vote is an effort to bring our UU values into the public sphere in our representative democracy. This is a nonpartisan effort. There's some part here that's crossed off. Did you have anything else I needed to add? You can see Paula and Lauren, they're planning a Zoom meeting to strategize about implementing our UU The Vote efforts. All right, still meeting for long-term planning. We invite you to help shape UUCP's future. The Long-Term Planning Committee is excited to announce a series of 10 listening sessions to gather your input on our church's 5-year plan. These sessions will be held twice a month from December through April, so we're coming up on the end of it, actually. Immediately following Sunday service. Our meetings are scheduled for, I'm looking for any notes. Anybody have any feedback on, is there one today? The 12th and 19th, thank you. There's some things scratched out, but I see it now. All right, and we encourage you to attend at least one session, if you haven't already, to share your suggestions and ideas for our church's goals over the next 5 years. Please see Brett if you have any questions. Also, our lunch bunch will be meeting on Wednesday, April 8th at Ruby Gin's Filipino Foods at 1 p.m. And if you have any questions for that, please see Hugh Turner. And last but not least, Earth Day is coming up. I hope that you all will be able to join in the celebrations Saturday, April 18th at Bayview Park, and this is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you have any questions about that, please see Rick Kendall. He's helping to organize all of it. All right. Thank you so much. We'll now have some centering music. And now Christy will be joining me for our chalice lighting, and I'll be reading words by Jennifer McLaughlin, like the first hint of green. As the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren ground, as that little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil, let us be, like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. And now our opening words by Rebecca Savage, Many Hopes in Our Hearts. We come to spiritual community this morning with many hopes in our hearts. The hope for inspiration, the hope for comfort, the hope for renewal. In this time and space, may inspiration water our thirsty souls. In this time and space, may comfort blossom in the gardens of our hearts and bring us sweet relief. In this time and space, may renewal course through us as electric as a surge of energy, as serene as a nourishing meal, as contagious as joy, and bring us vitality and rejuvenation. May our time together honor all the hopes we hold within. May our time together bless us with the gifts of inspiration, comfort, and renewal. And now I invite the choir to come up and the congregation to stand for our opening song, We Give Thanks.
And we're going to be looking at the words on the screen because they're going to be a little different from the hymnal, so just follow along.
Please remain standing for our covenant and repeat or say our covenant with me. Love is the spirit of this church and service its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Thank you. You may be seated. Now is the time in our service where we can share our joys and sorrows with our community. Please note that this part of the service is not recorded or shared online. So if you have any joys or sorrows you would like to share, I invite you to line up on either side of the sanctuary. And when you come up, you please give your name and briefly share with us your joy and sorrow. And I'm going to move over here and begin by placing the first stone to represent all of the pain and sorrow around the world. All right, now is the time for our offertory, and I do invite again our choir and musicians to come up. They will be singing 2 verses of a beautiful song called Rising Green. As you may or may not know, our church is fully member funded, so we rely on charitable donations to operate fully. And we appreciate any time, talent, or treasure you are able to give. Our ushers will be passing around baskets to collect any offerings, and you may also give via the information on the screen. Thank you. And now I'm going to be turning it over to Christy Ging to share our flower communion.
Hello, everyone. As I'm cleaning my glasses here, my name is Christy Ging, pronouns are she and they, and I will be talking a little bit about the history and meaning of the flower communion, which we will be doing today, okay? Just so you know, when I'm talking about Maya and Norbert Capek, that's who these two people are up here. So today we gather to celebrate the flower communion, a beloved tradition that has enriched Unitarian Universalist worship for over a century, born from a desire to foster spiritual connection and community among people of diverse beliefs. This deceptively simple ritual was created in 1923 by Czech Unitarian ministers Norbert and Maya Capek. It's easy to dismiss it as a quaint, pretty custom, but it's more than this. It's a reminder that ritual, however modest, can help sustain us as we live out our values. And the story of the couple who created the flower communion is one of hope, resilience, and the power of community. Norbert Capek was born in 1870 in Bohemia, and that was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's now part of the Czech Republic. And though he was raised a Roman Catholic in a deeply religious society, he was drawn to more liberal theology. He became a Baptist at 18, entered the ministry, and eventually led Baptist congregations throughout Slovakia. His theological convictions and writings evolved as he was influenced by the social gospel movement and study of radical Christian thought. In 1914, with the threat of World War I looming, Norbert was warned by Austrian authorities that his political and religious writings made him a target for arrest, so he sought safety in the United States. He settled in Newark, New Jersey, as a pastor of a Slovak Baptist church, but the theological gap between his beliefs and Baptist doctrine became unbridgeable. In 1919, he resigned his position, unable to continue in good conscience. With his wife, Maya, he explored other local congregations, but it was their children's enthusiasm for the First Unitarian Church in Orange, New Jersey, that brought the family into Unitarian life. Shortly after their first visit, the Capeks signed the membership book. Their new church's minister recognized Norbert's gifts for organizing people and arranged a meeting with the president of the American Unitarian Association. By May of 1922, the AUA had committed to supporting the Capeks' vision of bringing Unitarianism back to their home country. And the very next month, they departed for Prague to establish a liberal religious fellowship. Within months of their first service, the Capeks' new congregation was drawing standing room-only crowds. By the end of the decade, it became the largest Unitarian congregation in the world at that time, reaching 3,200 members. Norbert's approach to services was deliberately austere. It was a direct rejection of the ornate traditions he and his congregants had left. He eliminated ministerial vestments, elaborate ceremonies, incense, formal prayers, and rigid rituals, replacing them with simple sermons and hymns. While the congregation thrived on this intellectual freedom and rational inquiry, many members felt spiritually incomplete. They approached the Capeks with a request. They needed something more, a gesture that would nourish their spiritual lives as well as bind the community together. Norbert and Maya's solution to honor both reason and spirituality was the deceptively simple flower communion. The Capeks asked each person to bring a flower to the service and explained to their congregants that each flower represented a person's free choice to join the community. The gathered flowers were then formed into bouquets, which Norbert blessed with a prayer. At the end of the service, each person took home a different flower than the one they brought, and by doing this, Norbert said they acknowledged their interdependence and accepted both the beauties and the responsibilities of communal life. The bouquet itself became a concrete symbol of how individual gifts, when held together, create something greater than any single contribution. The flower communion was an immediate success. It became an annual celebration and spread rapidly through the growing Czech Unitarian movement. And for nearly 2 decades, this Prague congregation flourished. Maya was ordained as a minister in 1926, becoming one of the first women ordained in the Unitarian movement. And in 1930, the Unitarian Church was officially recognized by the Czech government. However, as fascism spread in Europe, the Capeks' ministry came under pressure. In 1939, Maya traveled to the United States on a lecture and fundraising tour to support refugee relief. It was during this tour that Maya first introduced the flower communion to the people of the United States. The outbreak of World War II prevented her from returning home, and she subsequently served as a minister of a Unitarian church in Massachusetts. Offers of safe positions in the U.S. were extended to Norbert and some family members, but they declined because they believed it was their duty to remain with their congregation. Under Nazi occupation, the church continued its work, though with increasing surveillance. Norbert modified his public messages to avoid overt political provocation while still trying to sustain moral leadership. In March of 1941, the Gestapo arrested Norbert and his daughter Zora, citing illegal listening to foreign radio broadcasts. They were listening to the BBC. Though a court sentenced Norbert to 1 year in prison with time served, the Gestapo overrode the sentence. He was deported to Dachau in July of 1942 and died there 3 months later. Maya did not learn of Norbert's death until after the end of the war. Today, we have access to many of the undelivered letters written between Norbert and Meyer while he was in Dachau, poems he wrote while imprisoned, and statements from his fellow prisoners who survived the camps. These documents reveal the depth of his faith and his unwavering belief in the power of beauty and community to nourish and sustain us. He wrote that he found a source of strength and connection to the eternal that sustained him during his imprisonment. His quiet conviction fortified not only himself, but also his fellow prisoners, who testified to his enduring spirit and ministry. They recounted how he even introduced the flower communion into the camp. Participants would gather whatever they could find. It was often just dandelions and blades of grass or twigs, and they celebrated their shared humanity amidst unspeakable hardships. In our own times of crisis and uncertainty, it's easy to view beauty as a luxury, something we can't afford when pressing issues demand our attention. Yet the flower communion, as conceived by the Capeks, challenges this perspective by affirming that beauty is, in fact, a necessity. When we gather flowers, create art, or simply pause to appreciate the natural beauty around us, we affirm that the world is worth saving, that life is worth celebrating, and that joy becomes a powerful act of resistance. As Unitarian Universalists, we are called to do long-term, often unseen and unrecognized work. And much of the work we do in our personal growth, in our communities, and in the wider world is an investment in outcomes we will never fully witness. Think about the social justice movements we all support and the systemic changes many of us advocate for. These are not quick fixes, but long-term struggles that span generations. And in our own church community, we try to build something together. Relationships, traditions, a culture of welcome and growth, knowing that future generations will inherit and transform what we create, just as we have inherited Norbert and Maya Capek's legacy. Rituals like the flower communion are practical support for the work that is asked of us. They ground us and replenish us. When activism, caregiving, and the daily maintenance of community leaves us drained, the simplicity of a shared gesture, in this case, a flower given and a flower received, refills our reserves. It tells us our sacrifices matter even when outcomes are slow, and it connects us to those who have come before and will come after us. The ritual reminds you you are part of something larger than yourself, something that transcends your individual lifetime. The flower you receive from someone else is a tangible reminder that your work matters because you do not do it alone. That parent who may be struggling to raise children with values of compassion is part of a community. That activist working for justice in a system that seems immovable is part of a movement. And that person who is quietly working on their own healing and growth is part of a lineage of people committed to becoming better. If you want, just sort of think of the flower communion as a sort of spiritual gas station. We stop, we refuel on beauty and mutual support and recognition, and we go back into the work with just a little bit more capacity. It doesn't solve structural injustice, nor does it replace strategy or policy, but it does nourish the people who sustain those efforts. By renewing our sense of belonging and purpose, the ritual helps us carry forward the patient, unglamorous labor that can often change hearts, institutions, and sometimes generations. Today, as you receive a different flower than the one you brought, receive it as a gift from this community. May it nourish and sustain you. May it fill your heart with courage and your spirits with hope. May it remind you that you are not alone, that others are walking this path with you, and may it inspire you to continue the sacred work of building a more loving, just, and compassionate world. Now let us come together in celebration of this simple and beautiful ritual that we have inherited from Norbert and my Capek. We will now exchange flowers. So here is how we are going to proceed. I kind of like the people, we can go in order, but I want some of the leaders who have done this before to kind of show how this works, okay? We're gonna have lines on either side of the sanctuary, and then when it's your turn, you're going to have a partner from either side who's gonna come, meet you in the middle. You're going to choose a flower, each of you, and you're going to exchange it with one another, okay? You'll see how it works. And I'd like to invite our musicians, if they wish to participate, to come up first, because while we are exchanging flowers, they are going to be playing a medley of UU hymns for us to enjoy. So musicians, please, you can be our guinea pigs that everyone can look at. No pressure. Everyone watching? You will be going down the center, though. Take the whole thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and have everyone start lining up on either side of the sanctuary. Well done, everyone. I did not see a single person get lost or turned around. So good job. Good job. As you carry your flower away from this gathering, let it be a touchstone for you in the weeks and months ahead. When you are weary, when you doubt, when you wonder if your efforts matter, remember today. Remember that you are part of community. Remember that your gifts are needed. Remember that your work for justice and compassion is part of a larger movement that transcends any individual effort. Remember that change is possible even when we cannot see it, even when we must trust in forces larger than ourselves. Today's closing words are a responsive reading written by Helen Zedowecki. You will all be reading, so you're going to be reading the italicized words that are in the darker font, okay? Flowers speak to us of joy as they show us the brilliance of their colors. May joy be with us. Flowers give hope that life begins each new spring. May hope begin anew in our hearts. Flowers stand for sharing. May we share together the beauty of the flowers. Flowers send a message of sympathy. May we feel sympathy for ourselves, each other, and those beyond the group. Flowers tell of friendship. May our friendships be everlasting. Flowers speak of love. May we love one another. Would the choir please join us on stage for our closing song? I invite the congregation to rise as you are able to join the choir in singing number 305, De Coloris. While this song can be found in our gray hymnal, we will be singing a couple of lines that are different from the book, so I recommend following along with the lyrics on the screen. And I also have a request. Last year, you guys really enjoyed singing this song and you got into it, so I want you to exceed that energy this time, okay?
All
you, everyone. That was enthusiastic. Okay, you can sit down now. So I will be doing the chalice extinguishing, but we're going to have a couple of announcements from some people that we need to sneak in after that. But we're going to go ahead and go through with this. So we extinguish our chalice today with words by Susan Frederick Gay. As we extinguish our chalice today, may we remain always mindful of how radical and powerful love is, how dangerous those who use fear to build power know love to be, how necessary and essential the spirit and struggle for universal love, for human dignity, for reverence for life, every life, all creation remains, always. As we go forth today, remember, we are among the keepers of this flame. And Lauren, did you want to come join us? Woo,
Lauren! That is not a way to get on my good side. So I'm here today for our ministry team minute, which we've been doing the first Sunday of the month. I'm the chair team leader for your membership team. And so the membership team is primarily tasked with welcoming visitors and prospective members and friends and orienting them into congregational life and helping them to, become a part of our community. Most visible aspect of the membership team is our greeters each day. And so Barbara Wright, who's not here today, she leads that effort. She's been helping out with getting folks signed up, and we've had several folks step forward. So you've been hearing that announcement about how we need greeters. We've now got some new greeters, so you'll see some new faces and everything there at the front as well. The other thing that the membership team does, which is a little bit less visible, is really working to make sure that our member roles are accurate, that who we have documented as members and friends is accurate, and that's really especially important as we're moving now into our annual congregational meeting. So if you don't already have that on your calendar, May 17th is our annual congregational meeting. That's when the membership gets to vote on a couple of important things annually. That is our board or our leadership slate, as well as our church budget. Those are two really essential things that obviously to keep the the congregation and the church running, and that's something that members have the privilege of getting to do. So we want to have accurate roles when we're moving into that so that our quorums and all of that kind of thing are accurate. And then coincidentally, today being April 5th, today is the last day for anyone who has gone through the process of education about becoming a member to actually sign the member book and become a member today, because a person has to have been a member for 6 weeks before they're able to vote at the congregational meeting. So this day just happened to be the 6-week mark. It's 6 weeks until our annual congregational meeting on the 17th. I regularly hold orientations and newcomer orientations that ended up getting canceled last week because I had double booked myself, but anyone is welcome to to speak with me or contact me if you have questions about what it means to be a member or friend. We also have that information on the website under Connect and more about being a member or a friend. And again, to recognize other folks who are part of the membership team, primarily really the greeters. So this morning we had Brett and Shauna as greeters. Paula Montgomery has stepped up to do that. Barbara Wright, Penny Fent has helped in the past, and we've had and Laura Erickson is a consistent greeter for us. So really want to appreciate and recognize them. And please let me know if I can help you with anything as far as being a member. And I got a couple folks I know I'm talking with and signing the book who will be hopefully voting with us on the annual congregational meeting on the 17th. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to jump in with one announcement that I missed earlier, and it's really, really important, and that is that next week is Sunday Sweets.
The most important of announcements. So I ask you today to go in peace, go in love, go as you are, and go enjoy the company of your fellow congregants. Dismissed. Yeah, get out. Go on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing job.